Whenever you're ready.
All right. So the first time my dad and my mom, they'd grown up in the same town their entire lives, maybe 3 miles from each other's house. My mom grew up in a really, really, really affluent area. My dad grew up in kind of like a middle class, blue collar area, lower middle class area. So my dad was really, really popular in this area in New Jersey, and my mom wasn't unpopular. She just wasn't well known like him. And so she'd heard about my dad growing up and had never met him. And so the first time they met, they were 27 or 26, and my mom was a bridesmaid in one of her best friend's wedding. My dad had been invited by his friend who was the groom. And so first time my dad met my mom was all the bridesmaids, or I guess the first time we saw her, all the bridesmaids were walking in, and my dad saw my mom, and we actually have a picture of the bride walking in, and all the heads are turned towards the bride, except for my dad's. And my dad is looking right at my mom, who's like already like 5 feet past. And so, you know, the wedding goes on, and then they get to reception, and so the bride introduces my mom to my dad, kind of trying to be like a matchmaker or whatnot. And so they talked for a little bit, and I think my mom thought my dad was a little bit obnoxious, and my dad was just starstruck. And so went home that night after they had talked till, you know, into the wee hours of the night. Went home and told his mom, he's like, I have met the woman I'm gonna marry, I'm gonna do it. And his mom was like, you're crazy. You don't know what he's talking about, you don't even know this girl. But he's like, no, I've met her, I'm gonna marry this girl. And so I think he somehow got her phone number, I think from like her best friend, and ended up calling my mom, and the rest is history.